Hi, I'm Matt with etrailer, and today we're going to be talking about the Saris MHS with the Duo trays on our 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander. This rack is going to be very adaptable and be able to carry a variety of styles of bikes. But first, let's just kind of focus on what the weight capacity is. It's going to have a weight capacity of 100 pounds per bike, carrying the two of them. Typically, that would affect the tilt of your rack, but not with this one. This one's still going to have a great tilt. And to do that, I'm just going to pull on this lever right here. Just be careful when you're tilting this back. That is going to be a lot of weight coming at you. You just lower this down. And you'll notice we're actually making ground contact at the bottom. And so this could even go further back if you really needed it to. It's just going to depend on what type of surface you're on. And that's going to allow me to open up my hatch. The reason why you might want to open up your hatch is if you had anything you needed to access in the back, maybe anything like your groceries, or if you wanted to get ready for your ride, you could do that. You could just take a seat right here, tie your shoes, and grab your helmet. And once you're done, you can close this back up and then put this into the seated position. To do that, I'm just going to come to the bottom and lift up until it clicks into place. You're probably going to need both hands to do that, especially if you have those heavy e-bikes. You might even need to grab a friend too. Now, if we want to take a closer look at this, I'm going to take off my bike. I like to start with the rear tire. I'm just going to press this button on the other side, release that strap, and tuck it somewhere so it's not in my way. And then I'm going to come over here to this arm and release this. To do that, you're just going to need to press this or squeeze this gray lever. Just watch out because it is a pinch point right here. If you got this on here pretty tight, you're going to have to put some force behind it. And if I go to the front side, it's going to be the same process, only we want to maintain control of our bike so it doesn't fall over. Squeeze and push. And then from here, you can lift up on your bike and take it out for a ride. Now what's nice about this, since we're not making any frame contact, this is perfect for alternative, carbon frame, or any bike with a really nice paint job. Now you just want to make sure you also clean everything back up. You don't want the strap kind of dangling around as you drive. You also notice this can slide up and down your tray to accommodate bikes with different wheelbases. And I can put this back up just like that. Super easy process. And you'll notice once it's all the way down, if I try to lift up on it again, it won't come up because it's locked into place. Now we get a few measurements just to see how this is going to sit back here. The first measurement I like to get is the ground clearance. So going from the bottom of this handle, the furthest point out, that's going to be 12 inches. So that's a little bit low. I will say that handle is more of a protection point, so if you ever do make ground contact with anything, it's not going to damage it. Now, something to consider too is this is probably going to drop down by a few inches too. So you're probably going to have more around 10 or so inches of clearance. So just be really mindful if you're going up any really steep slopes like a driveway. Now, the next point I'm going to measure is going to be the total distance out. I'm actually going to go from this handle right here because this is just an add-on for a different part, which you don't have to have installed. This is going to be about 33 inches, which is pretty standard for most bike racks, especially the two nature. If you want to save more space, you definitely can. The way we're going to do that is by pulling on this handle, the same one we used to tilt it back earlier, and pushing up. You're actually going to have two locations for this. This is going to be if you have any type of accessories on the back of your vehicle, which won't be super common, but this is going to sit at just about 20 inches, saving you space, but we can save a lot more. If I go one more up with this, I'm going to sit right here, and this is going to be sitting at just about a little bit under 9 inches. Now, I will say, we are barely just making contact with our vehicle, and this is probably going to move a little bit, so it could scratch something up. So actually having it in this further back point right here might be the better solution for you. As for how it's going to interact with the back of your vehicle, it's going to block a few things in either position or either one of your up positions, and that's going to be blocking a majority of your license plate and a majority of your backup camera. So what I'd recommend doing is sticking to either using your mirrors or your back window when you're backing up. But your tail lights won't be obstructed either. The way this is going to install is we're going to have this 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver, and then we're going to have an anti-rattle bolt that goes through, connects to the other side to a lock core. The anti-rattle bolt is going to give this a better hold so that you're not rattling around in your receiver, damaging anything. And this lock core is going to give you extra security. It's also going to be key to like with that built-in cable lock. In my opinion, I think this is a solid choice if you're looking for something that's going to have a very high weight capacity, carrying really heavy e-bikes, and going to be great for a variety of different situations, especially if you want to add on later to it. Because like I said, we do have this add-on piece, and you can put another bike rack there. You can actually trade out some of these duo trays for some Uno trays if you want something that's going to be a little bit lighter. Now, well, I will say, if I was going to compare it to anything else, I'd probably compare it to the Rocky Mounts Gigawatts. The only reason being is they're both going to be able to carry a lot of different types of bikes. I just like how the Gigawatts works a little bit more, and that one's going to come with an included ramp. Now the downside is it's not going to have a high weight capacity like this one, and it won't be as adaptable in the future like this one either. But that was just a look at the Saris MHS bike rack on the back of our 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.